Hi guys, it's Nancy Lynn again. I'm here today with my country junk journal, ready to do another page. I appreciate you guys watching me last time. I hope you learned a thing or two about it. I think I've decided I'm going to work on these pages today. And I think I'm going to put a belly band on this side, work on the little envelope, and then we're going to do something here, and we might strengthen this page up a little bit. Okay? The first thing I want to start with is I'm going to put this aside. And to make a belly band, when they're nice and sturdy, you can make them a little bit less, but I like them like this, and all I'll do is fold. I'm going to make sure I got you guys in here. I'm going to fold it over again, get it nice and tight. I'm going to come in and cut. Up here. I just cut that close. Okay, and then we're going to glue it. So what you'll end up with is a piece like this, and it's good and strong. It's going to hold in there and all the rest of that. And then what you're going to do is come back to your page. Here we are. And then you're going to measure. You want it to go from the top and the end. Now you could put it this way if you wanted to. You could put it coming across this way. You can do a belly band any way you want to, but I'm going to do it this way. And so what I did next was I took a stencil and I just painted on there because I was thinking red and white gingham for country to kind of bring that in. And so here, oh, there's a light. Is this light in y'all's way? No. And so there is and I wanted to do something else with it. I just didn't want it to be plain. But I am going to glue this. No, I'm going to wait. Okay, so what I was thinking was I found this, and it's a cute little cutout, and I'll put down at the bottom where it says more what this is, and it's cute, and I thought I could probably put it there. But then I thought, you know, in the country, and if it's at the fair, and if they had like it's a special quality cheese spread by Golden Best, and I thought they probably would put it in the fair, and maybe they won first prize. So I thought, well, we could take this and make it into like a kind of like a first prize ribbon. I have gone ahead and threaded my needle, so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me thread. But all I'm going to do is just do a gather stitch all the way through. It doesn't take very long to do. I didn't know if I was going to get to do this today. I've had a pretty busy day, so and then just bring it up. You just want to gather it, and then we're going to take it, and I'll show you what we'll do next to it. I put this craft paper behind me. One of my viewers said the other day that my paper I had underneath where I was working was a little distracting. So I said, well, I'll fix that, and I used some craft paper. So hopefully you can see better today and it's not so distracting. And all we're doing is just an in and out stitch. You don't have to really worry about how big your stitches are. They can be big, they can be small, just depends on how big you want your gathers to be. I want this to pull in pretty tight, so it's going to make a circle. And we're going to be there. So I don't know where you're at, but here in Florida, sunny Florida, We've gotten some rain, but we really needed the rain because it's been really dry. I live in the panhandle of Florida, and if you've never been here before, we have the most beautiful white beaches at Pensacola Beach. Don't get to go there as often, and right now a lot of stuff is closed down, but when it opens back up again. But if you ever want to take a trip, I mean, you can go down to Miami and all that, but I just don't think they have the pretty, the Keys are pretty close, but Pensacola has beautiful white sandy beaches and emerald water. Like I said, it's I am so fortunate to live in kind of like a little paradise. Now, I haven't tried this, so I haven't ever made a ribbon before. As a matter of fact, I have to for my guild coming up. Oh, my needle came off somehow. That's all right. Good thing I got to the end. And now what I'm going to do is take this, and I want to make sure that I can tuck these away. And I think I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac for this. Now that I've got it all nicely gathered, I'm going to take this and I'm going to smush it to try and make it hold down there. This ribbon was some I had from your floral stuff. Look around when you guys are doing any type of journaling, because there's so much stuff we have in our house and we don't even think about using it. And I just happened to pass by this and I thought, well, that would be kind of pretty if I just took it and made a ribbon with it. I think I'm going to tack these down a little bit, these two little loose pieces. And try. All we can do is try with this stuff. It doesn't, it's paper, ribbon. So if it's not exactly what we wanted. And this is, I keep calling it, but it's Fabric Fix. And now what I'm going to do, let's double check and make sure my measurement's okay. Yep, and that's going to fit very nicely, all snugly on there. And so I'm going to take this, make sure Bess is sitting up. And I'm going to put some glue on here. And we're going straight, and we've got Bess up straight. Now this is probably really going to hang out of my journal a little bit, but that's okay. A little more Fabri-Fix underneath here. I'll hold it for the Fabri-Fix to take effect. All right, and now we're just going to take this, and I'm going to use my tacky glue, and I'm going to glue it at both ends. I find I like to leave my glue bottles kind of hanging. I think I'm gonna go this way a little bit with it. Just, oop. All right, and so that's gonna give us our first place prize for Golden Bess. And now what this is going to do is allow us to slip something underneath it so that you have a place for writing. And I was playing, and in my digital printout that I got were these quart things, and so I took a piece of paper and I gessoed it, and then I went on there because I figured these would be kind of cute just hanging out here. And so I decided that I would, and this is what I just took this and I gessoed it first to kick this back a step, and then I put that on there while I'm waiting for this to dry. I will show you the gesso. Hold on, be right back. Okay, we're back, and I've got my little ugly paper here back here under here, but I wanted to make sure I used it for when I was painting. And with the gesso, this one that I have you can use straight. Some of them you need to dilute it a little bit, but this one, and all it does is it still lets you see what's behind it, but at the same time it blocks it back a little bit, so there's that little bit of mystery of, well, there was something there, but what was it? This brush is a good hard brush. And it lets you kind of scrub it in there to get a little tooth with it. And I think it kind of gives you a whitewash feeling. And that reminded me of country too. So, alright, so we've got that there. And that is going to be our next bet. The next thing I'm going to do is take and put my little half pint on there. And I know you're like, oh, that's not dry yet, but it'll stick. It'll stick to it. I like to rub that glue in just to make sure it's really taking hold. Okay, and now we're going to set this aside. And so we have this going on, and so now I figured our next thing we might do is work on this little pocket. Well, I found some fabric that I thought was kind of cute. It's got stars and greens and other colors in it, and I'm just gonna trim it right up to where it gets rid of that beigey looking color. And I'm gonna put that one on there. This one here. Now this goes against all my quilting principles because I'm not ironing. Yay, no ironing for a change. And I think I'm just going to put this on there. And it's got a little moon shape, so I think I'm going to move this down just a little bit so that it shows the moon shape. finger press it a little bit. Take a piece of paper, put that behind there so we don't get our pretty first place ribbon. I'm pretty sure I grabbed my tacky glue. I probably should have grabbed the Fabrifix, but I'm pretty sure this will hold it. It's not a real thick material. It might show through a little bit, but will be good. Alright, so we got that side done. I'll switch my paper over. And we'll glue this on. So now we have so far, and we could leave it here, or we could switch and do some other stuff. I'll probably trim that up, but I want it to set. So now I found these. These were part of the digital printout, and seeing I have all these with the milk and Bessie the cow with our gut milk and milk, I found this one and it says, "Do you want more milk? Always." So I thought this would make a little tuck that we could put something inside of. Why is it your phone doesn't ring all day until you're in the middle of something and then you hear it going off? Alright, so we got our nice little tuck there. Now, I don't like the fact that this is a little weak. So what I'm thinking about doing is taking and supporting this a little bit. And I have made up some gathered paper. And I thought this would be perfect to kind of strengthen this whole page. So I'm going to cut it right about there. These little clips are the best for holding these little things together so they're not winding out on us all over the place. And all we're going to do is put this right down here. Now this is a little tuck and it's been sewn. I used a variegated thread on it with a zigzag stitch. Yeah, that was a zigzag satin stitch. And I have just folded all the paper. Now I want this for strength, so I am not going to make this into any kind of a belly band, which you could, or any of that stuff, but I want that little extra security with the glue. So that'll give us a little extra strength. And let's see if we can get rid of this guy. And then I found this HP Hood Milk Suns. And I thought that would look sweet there. Let's do our tacky. Let's get them kind of centerized. So now we've got all our cows, we've got our little pocket, we've got our little belly band here, and we've got our little tuck-ins. But now we need to finish up our milk over here. So I'm going to use my regular hole punch. It's got a pretty good size hole. There we go. And now I'm going to trim my corners to give it more of that tag effect. And I found this little piece of fabric. It's got red, a little bit of red in it and some hearts. I figured I'd bring some of that red in from that gingham that we made. And we can just hook this on here. So now we have our little tie on there. And I made a little bow. Our guys even. Looks pretty good. And then we're just going to use our Fabrifix to hold that down. Hold it for a second. All right. So then I decided I still wanted something on there, just that little extra bling. So I cut out a square of fabric. Easy way to cut a square is just fold it, and you can cut it along the outside lines. Now I've got my needle and thread, and I'm going to make a yo-yo. All you're going to do is go around the outside. So just doing a gathering stitch all the way around. Stay fairly close to your edge. I'm maybe an 1/8 of an inch from the edge. Oh no, now you're going to have to watch me thread a needle. Hold on, I'll be right back. Those of you guys have a tough time seeing it. I really like these little things. You just take it as a little wire piece and you can push it through the hole, and then you have a much better chance of threading that piece, and then you pull it through and your needle's threaded. Love those things. I have them all over the house. Okay, where are we at? Alright, we just got a few more gathering stitches to do. I don't know, can you guys see? What I'm doing? I know some of you guys are like, oh no, sewing. But I love to sew, so a lot of times I'll add it into my piece. Okay, so now I've pulled it together, and what you've got is a little, looks like a little pouch. And what you're gonna do is kind of pull out the sides. And this is your little yo-yo. Now you have a choice. You can use this side, which is flatter, or you can use this side that has a little bit of a pooch to it. And I kind of like this side because it just has a different texture to it. So I'm just going to push my needle through, catching both sides, and I'll probably do it one more time. Cut my thread. Got this, and now that could go right there, and we'll use our fabric tack for that. And we're going to glue it right onto the center. And that is cute, but can we do more cuteness to it? More bling. So I have a rose, and I thought I would add a rose to it. And then that's all the thickness I'm pushing. And I will show you. And we really want to squish this. Take up as least amount of bulk we can. What? And so now let's see, is that here for you guys? And so that's what we have, is our sweet little half pint. Reminds me of the Waltons, or no, Little House on the Prairie, when her daddy called her half pint. Now I will add the yo-yos onto these other ones, and I'll have them all ready to go. And where's my yellow pages? That's the one we did the other day. Here we go. Here's our first prize ribbon. And we're going to stick these in there. And so here is our page. We have our first prize ribbon. We did the gingham I'm trying to find, I think this is a little dark. Come on, sunshiny Florida. Let's try this. There we go. Now I've got you guys, maybe you can see that a little bit better. We have our pocket with the fabric on it and our HP hood and Sons. And then we also have a side tuck, and we can take any of our stuff that we want to put in there and put it into the corner. And we also have our other page with some of the ribbon, the sewn paper ribbon. So in those few short minutes we got 3 pages. So thank you. If you happen, I will be putting out more videos, and if you like the video and would like to follow, please subscribe. And if you would, hit that little like button, because that does help us. And here's till next time. We'll see you. All right, have a great day. This is Nancy Lynn. Bye.